Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Monday, May 13th, around 8:45 p.m. Mountain Time, 2024. An energetic coronal mass ejection associated with a long-duration M6.6 flare this morning appears to have an Earth-directed component. More on that in just a minute. Keep calm. It's boom time. Canadian wildfires trigger air quality alerts across 4 U.S. states. Winds have carried plumes of smoke over Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and say it ain't soda. Yeah, Minnesota as well. A quick look over at the fire and smoke map, which will be linked below, shows that plume coming all the way down into the U.S., even Nebraska, Iowa picking up some of the smoke, Wisconsin. So if you want to follow the Canadian wildfires or any wildfire in North America, you can always use fire.airnow.gov/hashtag, which is the fire and smoke map version 3.2, link below. Here is Manitoba yesterday, part of those wildfires that are causing that smoke problem. And you can clearly see the smoke here. We put up footage like this all day at our over on X Oppenheimer Ranch Project at Diamond the Dave. We're trying to get to 10,000 followers, just 22 away. Hey. We've got severe storm flood concerns to start the week in the south. 2 systems will be bringing rain and thunderstorms to the south this week, and flash flooding and severe storms are possible on Monday. And we will have the full forecast in just a moment here as we take a quick look at yesterday's hail map for Sunday, May 12th. 132,214 impacted with hail 1 inch or larger, and 2 square miles of gorilla hail. Holy macaroni. Flood warning as people in 6 states are told prepare to take action. Severe thunderstorms and heavy rainfall threats across the northern Gulf Coast states. A wave of low pressure coinciding with a frontal boundary will focus more rainfall across the Gulf Coast states. Rainfall could be excessive with flash flooding, especially for areas that received heavy rainfall in the past couple of days. Severe thunderstorms will also be possible where large hail, gorilla hail, damaging wind gusts and a few tornadoes may occur. The Intermontane West, unsettled weather expected as more of the global warming goodness falls. So let's take a look at the snow that will be piling up through the end of May. Hey, take a look at that. Most of that snow is coming at the end of next weekend, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday there. Take a look. More snow for the Rockies and the Pacific Northwest. Let's take a look at the severe weather threat, which begins now. You can see right now severe weather across the Florida Panhandle, Texas, all the way to the Panhandle. That's going to continue for the next 3, 6, 9, 12 hours as that moves offshore tomorrow afternoon. And then another severe weather threat for the south kicks in here early in the weekend there. There's Friday into Saturday and Sunday for more fun for the southeast. Unprecedented May snow totals have hit Argentina and Chile. Patagonia is absolutely buried, according to Electroverse. Let's take a look at this video here, and we can confirm South America is buried under tons of the global warming goodness. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! Al Gore says it doesn't snow in the southern hemisphere. Clearly it does. Seismic update. No quakes of note. Worldwide, looking good. Very low-level activity. Indonesia's Mount Ibu erupts, spewing thick ash and dark clouds into the sky as onlookers onlook.
Di pantai gunung itu sebelah sana.
Pukul 9.12
I really got to
Indonesia
brush up
bagian
on my
timur
Indonesian.
telah terjadi erupsi kembali di gunung.
Spectacular views of Ibu, spewing ash to 16,400 feet. And more activity on Ibu today. This puff to 21,000 feet actually looks exactly like this puff. Yeah, So that actually went to 21,000 feet, according to the report earlier today. The effusive explosions and eruptions at Reventador continue. That almost looks like the same eruption as well. Fuego to 17,000 foot today. Liwotolo, 6,000 foot. Semeru to 15. Sabancaya puffing to 22,000 feet, as well as Nevado de Ruiz, 22,000 feet today. Fuego to 18. Moving through the reports. Who knew? Now you do. Semeru to 15,000 feet. Reventador, 14,000 foot puff. Ibu, 18,000 foot puff. As it continues its uptick in activity. Liwatobi, 7,000 foot puff. Abeco to 14. Ubinus to 22. And that wraps up Worldwide Volcano News. As we take a look and turn over to space weather, we started the show describing the long duration solar flare earlier today. It was an M6.6. It did create a halo coronal mass ejection, which means there is a plasma component headed our way. There's the flare just about 14 hours ago now. And the WSA Enlil spiral has it modeled already. And you can see not the first one, it's that one coming out the side. They're going to meet up and hit at the same time as maybe another cannibal event here tomorrow night, the 14th into the 15th. We could see low-level geomagnetic storm, currently only forecast G1. I'm going to say this goes to G2 tomorrow night into the 15th. Maybe this just needs to be updated. So geomagnetic storm and more aurora headed our way thanks to the same sunspot that has created all of these flares, AR3664. Now turning around the limb, and according to the latest HMI intensity, out of sight, out of mind. So 2 weeks, we're going to be having this baby turn around the limb once again, and we could get more excitement. But we still have some excitement from these flares. 2 CMEs still headed our way. And we are also currently in a radiation storm, S2 level proton storm. We just reached the threshold there, and that is because of the long duration M6.6. These bumps, these radiation storms were from that massive superstorm that we had a few days ago, and we are now getting up into similar levels. As we wait for a few CMEs to smash into Earth tomorrow night, tune in tomorrow night for the update to get the latest on the incoming coronal mass ejections and geomagnetic storm. Now let's quick talk about the HAARP conspiracy nonsense, where people think that a HAARP experiment caused the superstorm of May 2024. If you're stupid enough to believe that this antenna system can create worldwide aurora, you should retire from being a truther. The HAARP project has been a huge failure, and at the very best has only created small, localized aurora effects, barely visible to the naked eye, and that's when it's running on full power. They ran a low-power test May 9th to 10th that did absolutely nothing, and it was offline before the actual aurora show began on May 11th. Solar storms have caused aurora throughout human history, and it's very easy to verify where that energy comes from. Aurora happens on many of the planets in our solar system, and no HAARP is needed there. So now we've got UFOs, flat Earth, space is fake, and now HAARP causes fake aurora. Absolutely insane. And HAARP arrays are not all over the world. There's just one up here in Canada. And you can easily find those facts on the internet. As well as these disturbing facts, U.S. birth rate plummets to a 40-year low. And the globalists' plan is coming together. Lee and I are going to be discussing 2 amazing topics this weekend on the radio show, replayed later at night on Magnetic Reversal News. We're going to be talking about a 500,000-year-old discovery in a Polish cave, advanced tools from an unknown hominid at a huge butchering site. Absolutely fantastic. I'll link you the paper below in case you want to get up to speed before the show. Frontiers of the Lower Paleolithic Expansion into Europe. We're also going to be talking about an exciting site in just nearby here, just less than an hour away in northern New Mexico. There is a site that shows human occupation 37,000 years ago. Now, you know about the White Sands footprints that push the time that Native Americans walked the soil here back to 23,000 years. Well, this weekend we're going to push it all the way back to 37,000 years with a fantastic dig on a mammoth kill site that shows clear butchering of the bones. No way anything but a human put a hole in this bone or these chop marks, period. And the only explanation is we did it. And have you heard experts say that Arizona has become too hot for people to live? Here we have a picture from today of the Arizona gondola. Looks pretty hot there, burning up. The FDA says it's preparing for a bird flu pandemic in people that could kill 1 in 4 Americans as they continue to pander fear in the hopes that you will comply. Well, you know what you need to do? You need to start growing your own food right now, and you can do it with the lowest prices on earth over here at the Alliance of Native Seed Keepers. All heirloom vegetable seeds, cheapest on earth, $2 per pack. Buy $25 or more, shipping is free. Add our coupon code ORP2024 for an additional 10% off, and you basically are getting free seeds. Some of the best open-pollinated non-GMO seeds on planet Earth, I can assure you. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. We love you. Be safe. And that is a boom to knowledge.